During Israel's 22-day war against the Gaza Strip, more than 1,300 people were killed, at least 420 of whom were children. The United Nations Children's Fund, the UNICEF, which helps children living in poverty in developing countries, is concerned about the situation of children there. Other than those killed, the agency is reporting that a minimum of 1,800 children have suffered injuries. Of those were amputations, burns and head injuries, which could lead to lifelong debilitating conditions. It has also received reports that the war has had an immense psychological impact on the children.
The children are distressed, loss of appetite, the anxiety, the fear of having been separated, and the sheer hostilities in a place where there's no place to run. You can't escape the Gaza Strip.
The shelling was intense and indiscriminate that even the agency staff who were supposed to help the children were themselves not spared.
They've suffered losses, their houses were damaged, one of them lost a relative, and of course we don't know the full impact yet on the hostilities on them.
Even though, during the war, they continued as much as they could to distribute humanitarian supplies. They also ran a hotline and radio spots with Palestinian partners where they offered tips on how to be safe during the clashes. Ever since the ceasefire, the agency has expanded its humanitarian assistance services, distributing water, first aid kits, non-food items, nutritional supplements for malnourished children, and has visited families who are now homeless after their homes were destroyed during Israeli bombardment. For the children to feel that there is once again some form of normalcy in their lives, the agency strongly believes in the need to refurbish and reopen the schools.
For children to know tomorrow it's 8 o'clock, I have to turn up, my teacher expects me, I'm going to meet my friends, and even if it's going to be difficult because they're all stressed, they're tense, they may be turbulent in the first weeks when the school year starts again, but it's very important because it says life goes on despite everything that took place.
But with a child population of 840,000, which is 56% of the population of the besieged coastal territory, the agency understands that it has a big task ahead of it.
What we're going to have to do is going to be large, it's going to have to be quick, and it's going to have to be very practical.
But the Israeli embargo, which has lasted for the past 2 years, is standing in the way of UNICEF's support and rehabilitation services. Much needed supplies must be allowed to enter and quickly for it to be able to carry out its work.
It's a matter not only of the type of supplies, but it's also the speed with which they're allowed in. Speed and timing and timeliness is of the essence if we are to succeed collectively in the Gaza Strip.
The agency believes that although what has been broken in the hearts of Palestinian children will not be fixed overnight, through working closely with teachers, counselors and the families of children, what has been broken will be mended with time. Tarq Al-Farra, Press TV, Amman.